So I've been working on the altered book that I chose to do for May's 4-Core Challenge. And the inspiration for that book comes from one I did 12 years ago for my brother. And I figured I'd show you that one real quick. First off, I have a really cool camera mount. So now I'm a YouTuber and all you see is my hands. And you're welcome for that. Next thing I'm going to have is some professional lighting, maybe a makeup artist. And I probably should have got the makeup artist first, given I put myself on camera already. So what the inspiration for the first altered book I did was the title. And this was inspired by my brother, who I love to death. And when I saw this book and it's Laughing Boy, I was like, wow, okay, I'm going to make this as a tribute to my brother. And so the first thing I did was obviously put the S there, wrote Anne Brian Trainum. And I was okay that it kind of looked messy. When I did this, you know, I wasn't trying to be clean and precise. I was trying to make it kind of child and obvious, which you'll find I do a lot of things childlike and obvious. Added it over there as well. Don't know why I went with black instead of red, but there's that. And then let's see what I did in the book. So I had some papers. This is just a paper I thought was pretty, so I tossed that in there. And the cover, I know this was 12 years ago because I wrote Matt a note. And it says, hey, you have the honor of being the first recipient of a Brian Trainum altered book. Treat with care. When I did this, I thought I might do them regularly. I was also in the depths of a 12-year depression that started in 2005 and pretty much ran till about 2017. So this was 5 years in, and the one of the struggles for me with depression was allowing myself to do anything I enjoyed for any length of time. So when I made this book, I was thinking, man, I'm going to make a lot of these. I like this. This is fun. And then after this was made, somewhere along the line, my depression said, nah, you don't need to mess with those anymore. You liked it too much. So I didn't until just recently. And I want to talk a little bit about my depression because I want other folks to hopefully learn something from it. And it's Mental Awareness Month, mental disease awareness month, mental health awareness month. It's time for crazy people to share with each other. Second page, and I glued pages throughout, but I had this little quote that I liked. Life's a journey, like tomorrow with today, which was a different quote I had found. And then I burned part of it and wrote, here, I'll help. Back to the cover page, added the S, penciled in my name, which again, I liked doing the pencil, colored this little guy a little bit. In the altered books, which I didn't do in the next one I'm doing, I like having the date. This book was 1929. So that's just fun to me, is looking in old books and making them what you want them, changing them around. Dedicated to my fantastic, adored brother. These were all stickers I had floating around, so I got to put those in there. I've had so much different art supplies, so many different art supplies, and I would build them up over a period of years, and I tended to have art space in a lot of the places we used to live, and then I would hit a point where I would get rid of all of it. And again, I think that had to do with depression catching up with me. You know, I wouldn't go to the art table for, you know, a couple months maybe, and because I cycle, and depression would just tell me, hey, you can get rid of this stuff. You don't need it anymore. And so I did, and I'd get rid of it. And then a little bit later, I'd be like, I want to do something arty, and I didn't have anything. So that was interesting, just the way it talked me into getting rid of things I enjoy. So if your depression is doing that, don't listen. Painted, had a stamp, so I stamped all this, kept putting the S wherever I saw Laughing Boy, because again, that was just, to me, it's what made me think of my brother. Had bought some little frames, found cool little pictures of me and Matt, me and Matt smiling. I didn't want to center the picture, so I did that on purpose, because I don't generally like staying within the lines. Honestly, as I look back at this, I'm surprised I didn't twist these, just because I tend to go for that versus nice and clean and crisp. If you haven't been able to tell, I'm not much of a clean and crisp guy. Found a little Buddha, and I did a little image transfer on the Buddha. I think it's an image transfer, or I just cut it out and taped it with packing tape. I don't know. And this is something I thought was fun. I created a component, or a compartment in here, and underneath it says joy and wonder and grace. And I had a little stamp, so I stamped some white in there. I tried some clay, so I molded a piece of clay for Matt. Haven't molded a piece of clay since. It's just got his name stamped in it. You can't see it. And I'm a big wordplay Scrabble guy. I was at one point going to a Scrabble club, actually, which was great. And I eventually stopped doing that because depression told me I needed to stop. So another place I should have listened to him. And honestly, I don't know that you ever need to listen to him, but there you go. So I had the letters and put I love you, Matt. And then I thought it was also kind of, a little bit secretive, a little bit sneaky to put TT over here, because his middle name is Trent Trainum. So that, to me, was the significance of that. It's not random. It had some significance. And in the compartment I built for him, I put some cool pictures that I had found. This one is probably one of the best ones. This we took a long, long time ago in this arch in Washington, or whatever, arch on its side in Washington, D.C. And this we took years and years and years later, trying to duplicate the pose, which obviously we did it backwards, but anyway. And then there was also some other pictures. There's a second one of that, and some awesome pictures of my brother eating a banana on a water toy, and then being eaten. He was eaten, and then with a swollen foot, which, if you can see those, that's all kind of funny. And I love this. I'll share this with you. I had this from my from Ben, and I kind of liked it because it was like a little FU from Ben to the teacher. And the problem is salad number 8, 5 red beans, 10 lima beans, 5 black-eyed peas. Teacher asked, are there any other combinations? And my son writes, yes, but I'm not writing them. I love that. He's a cool kid. So this is the first altered book that I did. And again, Matt was my inspiration. And of course, which I think I've already told you, I put little drawers in it, which was so fancy. I still like them. And I cut out pages of the book, and highlighted different things. Like this is Laughing Boy. I don't remember what was in that drawer. And I used little knobs and stuff, shell. This has change in it, and it says silence was his food. Got some old coins, nickel, penny. Oh, there's the Mercury dime. I forgot where that was. You're not getting that back, Matt. Anyway. And then shells. I've always enjoyed shells, so I stuck some shells in there. So that is my first altered book, and as of yet, my only completed altered book. But that is what I've always wanted to do, another one. And I took Ina's May 4-chord challenge as the inspiration to do my second one. So there you go. That's my first altered book. This is the second one that is not done, and time is running out. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Bye. Boop.